I mean, what we're doing is we're playing the blues scale in the key of A, but instead of having the nut here and playing it like this, we have to do it with the nut becomes this finger, the index finger. So let's start on the fifth.
Wouldn't it be the 8th fret?
Not on the 3rd string. Nope. Well, it can be. It's the A. So watch. Let's do it again. Let's do it. We're on the 3rd string. 9, 8, 7, 5. Then to the 4th string, 5. 7, 5, 7, 6, 5, 8, 5. And then, so what we're going to do is so we've played in the key of E.
Okay.
Which is, So, in order to understand the guitar, what we should do is we should now play it in A. So what we do is we bar the A chord, which is you put the index finger on the 5th fret, and then you play the E shape using your pinky instead of down here where you use your ring finger. So it's just the bar chord of the A. And then I take my middle finger and I just lay it down, or lie it down, or fuck it, I don't know. I lay it down on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And then you can put your pinky. Okay. And now that's a D and a D7. And then if you just...
D7?
Sure, because it's in the key of A, the D is the 4. And then you move it up here to you move it up where the index is on the 7th fret, and you lay the same on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and now you're playing an E. And you can play an E7. And then back. And then... playing in A. Now watch. So you know when you're here, okay, so guess what? When you're playing in A, you do the same thing, except you start on the 9th fret. So it's the same pattern. So that's on, let's see, that's the 8th and the 9th. Put your middle finger on the 3rd string on the 9th fret.
3rd string, 9th fret. Okay. Middle finger. Okay.
And then play on the 8th and the 10th on the 2nd fret. This should be easy for you. You're doing something, so put your index finger should not be up in the air like that.
Okay, okay, so...
So you're making a triangle with your fingers. So it's 10, 8, 9 on the 3rd string, 8, 7, 5.
Let's start again. So we got 10.
It's the same as you do up on top. So ring finger on the 10th fret, 2nd string.
Gotcha.
Index finger, 2nd string, 8th fret. Now play the 9th fret with the middle finger on the 3rd string. And now walk it down. Nine, 8, 7, 5, 7 on the 4th string.
Oh, okay.
Here's where you're running into the question. I'm starting it on the 9th fret, but if you start on the high string, that's exactly what you do. It's so it's 8, 5, 8, 5, 8, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 6, 5, 8, 5, and then you can go shuffle, and then
Okay, so that's what screwed me up is
the important things to understand about guitar playing is that where you start, which is the root, A in this case, or G in this case, all of the patterns are the same. So if you're going to play it in G, it's this. And if you're going to play it in A, it's or. And if you're going to play it in, let's see, in C, it's all the same. That's one of the beauties of it. I think the piano is the same way. It's just, you know, depending on where you start, the patterns are the same, and it's just the same. Here's the last thing. So you're on the 3rd string, and this is the 11th fret. Then on the 2nd string, on the 10th and the 12th, and you bend the 12th up. And then, so it's the same little triangle shape, but now you're on the 11th, 10th, and 12th. And then 12th on the high string. And then back to the 10th. And then 10th. And then you go to the high string on the 8th, 9th, and 10th. And then you just walk down your blues scale. So one last time. Start up here, you often will go, okay, so it's the lead in, so that's what we were doing here. I can't play guitar, but if when you start, you know the whole scale, you start on the high string. It's harder to play the shuffle here, but what you're doing is you're barring on the 5th fret,
right,
and then the ring finger is on the 7th, and the pinky goes out to the 10th. I know, I'll make that the 9th, and then you just move it down. And I'm not practiced at this, so it sounds terrible, but and then. I can't. I'm not practiced, so I should stop. You don't have to play the whole scale either. You can go. Yeah, just any lick in the scale goes along with the shuffle. I mean, that's the beauty of it. For you. So, you know, you're playing your A shuffle, and then you just fill in blues licks from the scale. Or you can go. I'm out of practice for this, but. So you just play the same licks that you would do in your E, you just play those licks in the A. Quick thing in the key of E. When we play the 4, we can come up and bar on the 5th fret. And it makes the 5 easier. Watch this. Five, 4 chord, 5 chord, 4 chord, and the 1. So much knowledge. Here's your E shuffle. And when you come up here, it's the same as what you were just doing. Back. Now up to the 7th fret. It's just what you're doing is you're instead of playing the A here, you're playing it here. And then the B is much easier because it's just the same pattern. That's all. I don't know. That's all I know. Give a fuck if you don't, but I would like it if you do. Let me show you. Let me show you one other thing, just for the heck of it, right? When playing in key of A, or with the bar chord, and so what I'm doing is first I'm barring it, and then I'm just lifting my fingers off and just hitting the strings. And then I play, so then you play the D chord, and it's wild thing. So it's do. So that's that. Key of A. Play this. Da da da. Da da da. That's a da da da. Da da da. Da da. And that's the key part, is the da da da, because the other thing is da da. It's just an A, but the da 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 is what connects it to the D. So it's da da. And you know, it's that keeps the beat going, and that's the key to it. Probably makes sense not to try to do too much, to focus on one specific thing. Also, by the way, for the Zen aspect of this, I posted this on Reddit the other day, and people liked it, is that when you're practicing your guitar, you should purposefully play something that's really difficult for you and use your mind to not allow it to be really difficult for you, and that it really helps your guitar playing to focus your attention on what you can't do well instead of just playing what you can do well.